Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Listeners, this week, Josh and I were downtown.
Right.
And
wait, where was I?
You were at church.
You were probably fishing or something.
So he was hungry, okay? He wanted a second lunch.
As is my
tradition.
What was first lunch?
Like 11?
Like a sandwich.
Well, you do a pre-noon lunch and then a post-noon lunch.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
So we go into this Thai place. It's beautiful. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And
they have an aquarium.
And Josh says...
Well, first you ordered the tom yum
Yes.
soup and the pad thai.
Appropriately.
With level 0 spice.
Did you get with peanuts or without peanuts?
No peanuts.
No peanuts.
No.
And then I asked the waiter, maybe, the chef.
Can I get...
It's a small place. If they had any mukbang.
Right.
Or anything mukbang flavored.
Right.
Okay.
Like sauce.
Yes, mukbang sauce.
Here's the thing. If you're listening and you're not familiar with that word, it's not a flavor or a sauce.
Supposedly it's not.
It's like a YouTube trend where people
He said he would check.
Well, he didn't know any better either.
Let me check in the back.
Yeah. It's this thing where people eat like a ton of food on camera.
Is it a ton of food?
Like a lot of food. Like it's a lot of food.
Like a buffet?
Kinda, and it's called mukbang, like a mukbang challenge. Eat a lot of food.
Oh, and it's just them sitting there eating.
Yeah, it's not a
I've
flavor.
seen that.
Apparently, it's not a
That's
taste.
where I lost.
It's like a YouTube thing.
Well,
Yeah.
that just shows you I don't get into that perversion.
It's
I
not
saw-
a
You
perversion.
don't watch other people eat food?
No,
that
I
you...
saw the front page and it's like me eating mukbang. And I'm like, dang, everybody's eating mukbang.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I want to try
I gotta
mukbang.
try it.
Yeah.
The only way that I would want to watch I don't want to watch a mukbang, but the only reason I would do
Strong
it
stance.
is if I have the exact same food.
Okay.
And like
You
could
would
go,
eat-
and I could
Like you're on a date.
compare and be on a
Oh,
date, and
wow.
like because I don't ever go on any, and
That's
so
clever.
if you're sitting there and they're like, "Man, these egg rolls are really good." I'm like, "My egg rolls are good too."
Why are you conversating with them?
They can't hear you. We are streaming live right now on patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. They are participating in a mukbang with us tonight. And
Yes.
it's a lot of fun. No, I'm just
Yes.
kidding.
It's
We're
gonna
not
be a
doing
lot
that.
of noises.
We're
Weird
ready for
noises.
headlines, baby.
Let's do this. Okay, headlines. All right, we have a Florida man who is planning on remodeling his house.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay, he wants to do some, renovations, spruce it up. The market is crazy right now, so you might
Spruce
as
it
well
up.
spruce the house up,
Yeah.
sell it, or just enjoy it. Right? You don't have to.
All of the above.
You don't have to spruce it up for somebody else. Do it for yourself. So he goes to Home Depot,
Yep.
Okay.
makes a $10,000 purchase on items to renovate. He
Not
gets
bad.
some
Okay.
Wi-Fi smart home accessories,
From Home Depot?
doorbells,
Okay,
vacuums,
okay.
thermostats,
Wow.
generator, oven, refrigerator, that kind of stuff.
a
And
big purchase.
he had actually, I assume he had like a smaller vehicle because he brings a U-Haul,
Oh,
Okay.
good
pays
choice.
for it with his fake credit card,
Upsie.
puts it in the U-Haul that
There's
he
a
stole,
pickle.
and then took it home.
Okay. Here's the thing. I want to.
There was one word in there.
Yes. Stole.
Oh,
Yeah. Fake.
fake. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. The credit card that he used for the $10,000 purchase was fake.
Okay.
It was fraudulent. He is
Can I
still
get
on the
one?
loose. They cannot find
No.
him. And so, he was seen departing the Home
love-
Depot with a U-Haul full of
One
nice
thing
goodies.
We love.
Right.
It's not criminals, but it's the confidence of a criminal.
Right.
That's so true.
You know, this guy
You
walked
can't find
around
that confidence anywhere else in the
No.
world.
pointing. He's like, I want the fridge double up.
Give me the nicest things.
freezer on the
Right.
bottom. And they were like, they probably had like 10 Home Depot associates. Just
Right.
like, oh, get that for
This
him.
guy's a big spender.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Here's
He's a
the thing,
whale.
though.
They
Yeah,
call him at
They
Home
do call him a
Depots.
whale, but you said they stole the U-Haul.
I think that by that he rented it with the fraudulent
I
credit
got you.
card.
Okay. So he didn't walk into the U-Haul like,
No, he didn't post
Store.
them up. Yeah. He
Mm-mm.
didn't like.
You can't.
Gotcha. Okay.
Give me the keys to one of them.
So he's on the
trucks.
loose. He's on the
He
loose.
is on the loose.
Should be
Fugitive.
easy to find though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
There's not
yeah.
a lot of U-Haul trucks.
Yeah,
Loose.
or if your neighbor just got a bunch of nice thermostats and
nice.
Call the cops on
nice
him.
doorbells.
Call the cops on your neighbor.
Yeah.
If they just installed a new doorbell,
Call the
cops.
cops.
Right.
If your neighbor has nicer things than
Call
you.
the cops.
Call the cops.
Yep.
I've always done that.
Yep.
Our next story, we have two. It's a Florida couple. Okay.
Cute.
They are. They want to take a nice family vacation. The two of them with their two children, so they fly out to Hawaii.
Congrats. Wow, they got
for
that
nice
cash.
Yeah.
vacation. And so to make sure that they can get into Hawaii and get out.
Long flight.
They have their vaccination cards.
Okay.
That were also fake. Okay, speaking
Oh.
of fraudulent stuff. So they took fake vaccination cards to Hawaii, not only for themselves,
Okay.
they also brought two for their two children,
Okay.
who are too young to be vaccinated anyways.
That's how you get
Ooh.
busted.
Yeah, is
And
that? Is
I
that-
think that's what happened. I think
No.
that raised some, a couple flags.
Yeah.
And so the husband is getting one count, charged with one count of fraudulent. I forget exactly what it is. Fraudulent documents, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then the wife, though, is getting 3 counts because of the 2 kids. So she literally,
because
That's
she
kinda
birthed
sexist.
the 2 kids, I believe.
I don't know
That's
how
not
that
it?
worked out. I don't know. Maybe they were in her possession.
She held them.
But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I mean, you didn't even need them for the kids, and
Wow.
now you have 2 extra
3 charges.
felonies.
Buy 2, get 2 free.
Well, the
True.
first
With the
mistake is
fake
when you're
vax
from
cards.
Florida and you vacation somewhere else.
That's true.
Because Paradiso is here.
You're here. You're born into it, baby. You're
Paradise.
blessed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then you choose to leave.
Oh, that's on you.
Yeah, go to jail.
You go to jail, straight
Yeah.
to jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our next headline, we have a Florida man on Twitter.
Okay.
That's trouble, actually.
That is trouble.
Yep.
31-year-old man on Twitter. In about 3
30
hours.
and above, I think Florida men should be off Twitter.
Off
We're-
Twitter.
We're on Twitter.
I'm not.
I'm not on Twitter.
Well, some of our team is on
Oh,
Twitter.
you're going to be on headline, bro.
Oh no.
Welcome.
So within the span of 3 hours, this guy tweets 186 times.
Okay.
186 times, which I don't know if that's normal or not.
60
I have
that's
no
60
idea.
It's
That's
aggressive.
At 60 an hour, that's 1 a minute.
Yeah. 62 an hour. And so anyways, he during these tweets that he's doing within this 3 hour span.
I'm sure
At
they were
one
very
point-
informative.
Yes, I think so. Because at one point he threatens to blow Disney up.
Okay.
Or Disney. Actually, I think the executive houses of Disney, like the
Wow.
houses
I think
of
that slips
Disney
in,
execs.
actually.
So that's a threat.
Yeah. Specifically, he says at Disney, we will blow up. I don't know who
he
we is. I
atted
don't know who
them?
we. Yes, we'll blow up all of your execs' house with C4.
Okay.
Ooh, that's very specific.
And then
Yeah.
he says, Disney, at Disney, I will toss a hand grenade through the loft
Okay,
window.
the problem is getting so specific.
It's very
If
specific.
he just says, I'm going to blow it up,
Yeah, like, it
You
can
know,
mean anything. I'm
that
gonna
could
have
be
a party
like
there.
Rihanna style.
Right.
Blow it up.
We're gonna have a great time at
right?
Disney. He said at Disney, just to
With C4.
clarify,
with C4.
yeah, with C4,
And a
if
hand
that doesn't
grenade.
work, I'm gonna throw a hand grenade
Can
at
you
you.
still even get hand grenades? Where would you
No.
get a hand grenade?
I have no idea.
Not in
Thank you.
2021.
Actually,
you
I
can't.
do, but I can't say.
Oh my gosh. He
And
would.
so, anyway, I have 2 in the closet.
That's true. He
They're
does,
fake.
actually.
They're fake. So at some point, he also is directing some of these towards Activision, with the video game company. And so the same thing. He's like, threatening their executives. I don't know what his problem is, but he just needs to chill on Twitter because now he's a felon.
Yeah, you
and
can't say
so-
that kind of stuff.
No, you can't say that stuff. He also is, he's being held on $10,000 bond in Pinellas County Jail. But in 2019, he was also convicted of a charge on false report about planning a bomb, explosive, or weapon of mass destruction.
There's some
Big
similarities
bomb boy,
there.
yeah.
There's
Big-
similarities.
Big bomb boy.
Now I
For
want to
sure.
say this. Listen, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
you can't get on
That's a
Twitter
That's a different podcast.
and you
That is
can't say
different.
I'm going to lob a hand grenade at you.
Right.
No.
You can't do that. Not in America.
That's true.
You know?
This
Let's
is-
see. Let's go to Polk County.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we have
Let's go.
This
we
could
have
be
a
anything.
a truck being pulled over because there's a Florida man in the back of the truck.
That's not illegal.
That's every 5 cars
Yeah.
Well,
in Polk County.
yeah, he was also in a dog cage in the back of the truck.
That's cute, dude.
People's fetish.
He had a
is
little
people's
bow.
fetish. No.
I wouldn't even say that.
Did he
I
have a
think-
collar?
I assume maybe he was hostile and the lady driving the truck just had to put him in a cage
No.
for something.
No.
No.
Look,
Look, you're into what you're into,
right.
but put a blanket over it.
Okay.
Put a blanket over it?
Wait, is that? I'm being facetious. Is that what was happening?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
They don't know. I mean, they
fl-
didn't ask any questions, but yeah, Polk County, they pulled over this truck. It's a big dog cage too. I've never even seen a dog cage that
No,
big.
I have seen
there's
one
some
of those
breathing
for a
room in
Great
there.
There's some
Dane.
breathing room.
Okay, here's the thing. In
That's
Polk-
not even like playing the part, though. I mean, if you're going to get serious about
Yeah.
it, you get the ears, you get the tail,
Yeah.
and you get a small cage.
Right.
You don't get some Great Dane cage
Right.
where you can walk around.
this guy
in.
knows.
I'm
This
just
guy
saying,
knows, bro.
If you're going to play the part, play the part.
Weird how much
That makes sense because the other day I text Josh and
Yeah.
he said, "Can't talk caged up." I didn't know what he meant.
I'm having a rough time.
Yeah.
couple paw print emojis.
Here's the thing. Let's give you guys some geography. Listen, in Florida, Polk County is that spot that if you're going to even remotely do something wrong, don't drive through it, man.
No. If
don't
you're
drive
throwing
through
a dart at Florida,
Yeah.
you're probably going to hit Polk County.
What are you
dead
talking about?
center.
This is God's country.
Yeah, exactly. And
Nobody
God doesn't
said
put up
that.
with anything in Polk County, bro. Like, it is genuinely, you will get arrested so
Oh.
quick
Yeah.
That's true.
for looking just slightly off kilter. And driving through in the back of a truck in a dog cage is different. You're going to go to jail, man.
I mean, I don't know if it's well deserved though. I
I'm
don't think
not-
he went
I don't
to.
know
I
if
think
the
they got.
I
a
don't think
ticket.
it's deserved.
They didn't go to jail.
No, we
Obviously,
don't.
he's arrested.
One-
already.
no, right.
He's in a cage.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
put a
he's
man-
already in jail.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Inception, baby. But I'm saying we don't kink shame on this show.
No.
I'm saying the police department does.
Yeah.
And you got to watch out for those
Well,
guys.
No,
It would
no.
only turn him on more to be locked up.
You guys just need to chill. They just worried about this guy's safety is all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
I'm
think
having
you
a
guys,
rough day.
Oh man! All right,
God bless him. God
next
bless you, bro.
headline. Speaking of
Oofa.
sheriffs and police,
Okay. Love 'em.
let's see. This is probably one of my favorite stories I've ever done.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this ahead of time.
140-ish episodes.
It's
Yeah.
a lot. So we have Escambia County. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
No,
Is
you
that
are.
right?
That's it.
So anyways, this past sheriff, in this
Oh,
county.
rest in peace.
Well, he's still with us.
Okay.
But he is just not sheriff anymore.
Oh,
Previously.
Okay. Yes. Like last year previously.
Gotcha.
When he was in office, he decided that I guess he decided that he deserved a statue of himself made
Nice.
out of bronze.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
And so he used taxpayer money, $75,000
What?
to order a bronze statue of himself saluting in uniform. Okay.
Oh, God. It's
And
terrible.
so it's 6 foot tall. Okay. And the thing was, I guess because of somebody says it's because of COVID. Other people don't think that's true. Because the past sheriff, his name is Sheriff Morgan. He said that he ordered it 2 years ago and it just got delayed because of COVID stuff. Well, the new sheriff is like, what? I'm never putting this up.
Oh, so it showed up at
Dude,
the new
he
sheriff's.
is up. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It was delayed, so it came in with the new sheriff, Sheriff Simmons, and he's like, "This is a brash, narcissistic waste."
Whoa, love
Oh,
it.
And
my
he's
goodness.
upset. He's like, "You don't make a statue of yourself, and you
Thank
don't
you.
use tax dollars to do
Right,
it."
Yes.
Honestly, dude, what a brass hole.
Whoa. That could be offensive. Actually,
on.
you
Okay,
make it
here's
a
the thing.
flag.
Okay.
We're gonna have to
that.
beep that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sheriff Morgan, he orders a statue of himself.
Right.
made of
Saluting,
brass.
though.
Saluting.
Right, and he defends the decision. He says, and this is a quote, "I was the sheriff at the time.
Yep.
Okay.
I think people may be wanting to make more of this than it really is. It's just a statue of me saluting the men and women of the Escambia County Sheriff's Office and the first responders that died on active duty. It's that
wow.
simple."
Okay.
And so
Wow.
he's saying it should be like a monument and salute
A monument of me
to
saluting
the
other people. Not
and
other
so-
people. Not other people's names.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
no, and that's the thing. So the new sheriff, Sheriff Simmons,
Yeah.
calls a place in New York that's building this. So basically, he at some point very recently found
Mhm.
this order,
Mhm.
and it said that it was from April
It had like
2020.
a rubber stamp on it that said
Yeah,
approved.
approved.
Yeah.
It's from April 2020, so it
Okay.
wasn't that long. It was a year ago.
Wow.
And so he called this company
Yep.
in New York and he's like, melt it down. We don't
Whoa.
want it. Cancel the order.
Oh.
Melt it down. Use make a statue out of it.
Make
Or,
some-
I'm sorry,
yeah.
not a statue, a bench. Make a bench out of it or
Make
something.
some guns out of it.
And they're
Yeah.
like, actually, we already sent it. It's already done.
It's in
And
the
so,
mail.
well, I think it was done because what he did, he was able to do
Uh-huh.
was erase the name on the badge.
Oh my
So
God.
there was actually 2 statues that the guy ordered.
Oh my gosh.
One of himself and one of the lieutenant.
What?
And so
We're both saluting?
yes.
That is so embarrassing,
That
dude.
is.
And so he said that the plan was, Sheriff Morgan, the plan was to put both of them at the entrance of the sheriff's, the
Saluting-
department.
Like as they're
Saluting each
walking
other?
in,
Okay.
everyone in
it
the
would be
department's gonna
at
be greeted.
the front door.
Yeah.
And Sheriff Simmons like, there's no way those are
Yeah.
ever going to. He's like,
No.
the other one, because the other one's like the lieutenant, there's a canine with
Yep.
it. He was a canine officer.
Oh my
He's
God.
like, I think we're going to find a place for that. We're just going to erase all the
Dog
names.
bowls?
The other one, he said it looks so much like Sheriff Morgan. It has his Air Force medals on it.
Wow.
He's like, I'm already looking into local companies to melt it down.
Dude,
Yeah.
100% melt it down,
Yep.
donate the bronze to a charity,
Yeah.
and then move on. That is so embarrassing. Here's the thing, though. What if there's something more to it than that? Like, what if he
More to
really
it than that?
he has beef with the new guy, and he's like, "What's this
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that would be
I'm
like
going to send a statue of me.
of
I'm
myself?"
being sent out, and
Yeah.
hey, don't deliver it until this guy's
Oh.
Because
in.
I've sent statues of myself to my exes before. That's
Yeah.
why it reminded me something
They're made out
similar.
of butter, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
delicious,
were creepy.
delicious.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
So I got a letter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from a friend in Ohio
Okay.
named Logan. He writes, "Hey, I'm in T-ball now.
Okay.
We won the big league.
Wait, how old is your friend in
I don't know,
Ohio?
kindergarten to high school.
Okay.
We're going to have to change the letter
Well, he's in T-ball.
program.
Yeah.
Whatever T-ball age is.
Right.
5.
We're real good friends. He won his big T-ball tournament,
Okay.
Right.
and they took him out for a fancy meal at a restaurant.
Oh,
you
like a
guys may know.
celebration.
Yeah. Red Lobster.
Right.
Right.
It is fancy, dude.
Yeah. And he got to crack open the lobster.
Mm.
Or snow crab leg, actually.
It's fast casual.
It is fast casual. And he asked, what's our fanciest food we've ever eaten
Oh,
or a meal we've ever had?
that's a
Okay.
good question, Logan from Ohio.
It's definitely not Red Lobster.
It's definitely not.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't go to Red Lobster. But actually, kind of on theme. I know as soon as I say this, you guys are gonna make fun of me. But whenever we were in Mexico, on a cruise, it was one of those
Okay.
all-inclusive things.
The
That's-
buffet on the cruise.
No.
Anything all inclusive, the food's not going to be the best part.
No.
Here's the thing. So I didn't know that. And I look at the menu, and all my little pea-sized brain can comprehend is, this is free. This is free.
Okay.
I point at it. I want it.
Yep.
They bring it to me. So I do what any poor Irish kid would do.
Okay.
And I go,
Potatoes.
well, you would think so. I look at what I think is the fanciest thing, and I'm like, yeah, I casually, let me get the octopus.
Oh.
That sounds good. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like something a fancy person would
Well, it's
eat.
probably at the
Right.
bottom, and it probably it's like,
Well, I knew I made a
If you
mistake.
dare.
yeah.
Well, I knew I made a
Market
mistake whenever
price.
the waiter was like, "Sir, are you sure?" And I'm like, first off, I'm a teenager. Don't call me sir.
Yes.
Uh,
And don't
secondly,
Don't question my judgment.
secondly, bring me the octopus.
If you see here, I'm part of my band says all inclusive.
Yeah, sir. Do you see this?
I'm part of the ship.
Bring me the $9 octopus. And so they bring it out, and this thing is draped over the best way to describe it is a goblet. It's just draped
draped over a
over this
goblet?
thing. and there's like octopus juices in there. And
Oh.
immediately,
How do you know they're octopus juices?
I peeked through.
Okay.
And the best thing, the only way I knew how to move forward was to take a fork and just kind of casually move it onto my plate. And when I did,
So you're telling the table, this is mine.
yeah,
Right,
I want the table to know I have no idea what I'm doing.
This limb.
Yeah, I move it onto the plate, and when I do, hand to God, there's movement after I move it
By the octopus?
Yeah.
by the octopus.
Like
That's a normal thing, I think.
Dude, that I found out later on. When I tell you, mukbang. When I tell you that I genuinely almost lost it, and here's the thing: I'm trying to like salvage whatever pride I have and go, okay, man, like I'm a fancy boy.
when in Rome.
Fancy
Right.
boys eat fancy foods,
And you're like trying to catch it with your fork.
bro. I couldn't do it.
It's a skirt.
Like I literally raised my hand like I'm in class. I'm like, hey, hello, excuse me,
This one's not done.
Mr. Server. Yeah, this one.
Can I get this cooked more?
It's trying to swim away.
It still's life.
Yeah, would you take it from me, please? And he's like, what do you want? I'm like, chicken nuggets.
He's like, I asked specifically. If
Yeah,
sure.
I know, dude. It was so embarrassing. But to answer Logan's question, that's the fanciest food I've ever almost
gross.
had. I guess.
Right.
It got away from you.
Yeah. Cameron.
When I was in New York, I had this.
One upper.
I forget what the restaurant was called.
New York's not nicer
he
than
was on a
Mexico.
cruise. So, anyways, we were in New York. I was with some friends from
Yeah.
college, and we went to this really nice restaurant. I'm not sure why we did. I mean, we were in college, but I
Right.
mean,
Because you got that
big
money.
spenders.
Yeah.
And so probably student loan money, honestly.
Amen.
And so we went to this steakhouse,
Mm.
and it was like one of those places that, you like ordered your entree, like your meal, but then they're like the chef has prepared a few appetizers, but it wasn't like on
That's
the menu.
common.
They just
a la
yeah.
carte?
they just
signs?
bring you stuff that they had made. Like it's not like you order it or choose from
As a
anything. They just
treat.
bring it- right?
Oh, nice.
Like free food.
Right.
And so one of the things that they brought out was steak tartare,
Yum.
which is basically just raw
Mush steak.
mush steak. Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I mean, this is fine. Like I like meat. And so
Yeah.
I like meat.
I
Yeah.
like meat. It
I'll
was
try anything
Sound
once.
like a
thing
real
was-
classy boy. I like meat.
and so anyways, I'm like here's what threw me off. Okay. I tried it. It was good. It was weird eating cold meat.
Right.
Yep.
It's a different experience.
The look of it though reminded me of another time that I was eating a meal.
Another
Okay.
meat? Hopefully.
Yes, but it was completely different scenario.
Okay.
In the woods, we were eating possum. It was like we made little burgers.
Opossum?
Opossum?
No, just possum.
This guy
Oh.
went from NYC
Tartar.
complimentary tartar
Right.
to it reminded me of the time I had possum in the woods.
Did you say
They
that
were
out
possum
loud?
burgers though.
Well-
So when we were making the patties,
I don't know which is worse here.
like the patties
I'm burping.
before we grilled them, they looked like the steak tartare.
I imagine this guy
We didn't have
knifing through some mushy tartar.
Well, that's the thing. We didn't have a grinder, so we're like cutting it in
Yeah,
as
and
little pieces as we
The
could.
chef comes over and Cameron's like, it reminds me of the possum I ate in the woods.
In the orange grove.
It reminds me-
in Polk County. Oh, I'll take that back to the chef, sir.
Yes,
Thank you for
I'm
the
so sorry.
compliment.
It's a compliment.
I tell you what, so far 2 out of 3, we've proven that we are solidly
you are
middle class on this
classy.
show. Yeah,
You're
we are
well-
not fancy boys.
I actually, I'd like to say I partook.
Okay.
Partake.
Yeah.
I partook in a fancy
Yeah.
restaurant.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like 14.
Okay.
New girlfriend,
Right.
Jenny. I think she's in the Navy now.
That's
On the-
fine.
Jenny
Yeah.
on the block.
Yeah.
Jenny on the block. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it was J-Lo.
Oh,
Yeah.
And her parents want to take us out,
Okay.
and I oblige.
Yeah, you've been a good
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
boyfriend.
absolutely.
Let us pay for your meal.
Free food.
So Jenny tells me, dress up. We're going to a really fancy place.
Okay, perfect.
New, like, seafood place, but really fancy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wear my best clothes.
Yeah.
At the time.
No Jinkos.
Which I'm sure were really impressive.
Okay, I'll describe them for you.
Okay.
Penny loafers.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, and not
Perfect.
shiny pennies because I'm not pretentious.
Right.
Right.
I'm not. It's not new money.
You,
Right.
you don't want to make it seem
Scuffed
like
up.
you shined them for the evening.
Thank you.
Right,
Scuffed up
exactly.
pennies in my penny loafers.
Right.
I have pleated pants,
Okay.
What color?
double pleat. They were black.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's fine.
good.
And
Yeah,
then
double pleat.
if I
Oh.
know,
What
double.
year is it?
It was early years.
Yeah.
I was young. I was like 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You're
Double
kiddo.
pleats were in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were starched too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, true.
And then if I know myself back then, it was definitely a silk shirt.
Oh, nice.
And it was probably just like,
Kind of flowy.
yeah. And it was either a one of three prints, actually, because I only had 3 nice silk shirts. A
Right.
paisley print,
Okay.
which is traditional for the
Right.
silk.
Absolutely.
It was either a paisley, a madras,
Right.
obviously,
Right.
traditional plaid,
Right.
a very bright, from the colonial era in
Right.
Madras, India.
There's
Or-
a lot
or-
of attention to the clothing
Well,
right now.
these are the 3 shirts that I remember that wore out.
Well, they
Right.
stood out to you because they were important
Yeah.
outfits.
Yeah, or a tartan,
Mm.
Right.
another plaid, actually from the Scottish tradition, from my favorite movie at the time, Rob Roy.
At the time, that was your favorite. You were really
Thank
into
you.
theater as well.
I
And there was
was.
some crossover there.
Most likely, it was the paisley, though.
Okay.
Right.
So we have an outfit.
Yes.
Okay. So you're
This is-
dressed for the dinner.
A silk shirt,
Finally.
paisley.
You're a 14-year-old wearing a silk paisley,
Yep.
uh,
Double pleated
black,
black pants.
and slightly scuffed up.
No, just a penny.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
The
You threw the
actual
penny in the dirt.
loafer itself was shined.
So
Right.
you're dressed. Now, how about the restaurant? What was that like?
Oh, it was dark,
Yeah.
very fancy. There was
Candlelit.
obviously a maitre d,
Yeah.
Oh. Mm.
and then even an assistant maitre d.
Really?
Is that a good thing?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it means the maitre d's not doing his gig, but
Oh.
I didn't know.
There's a double one.
Yeah. The menu was a thick cardstock,
Mhm.
Come on.
1 sheet, right?
Yeah.
Prices, no, like it was just 2 digits, right?
Yeah.
For
For
Oh.
sure.
28,
Is it dollar? Is it
3.
pound? Is
36.
Right,
Right.
Right.
No decimal, no
No.
99
Cents don't matter
or
here.
95.
Right,
I had
right.
no bracelet on.
You know what
That's,
currency it is.
I'm part of the ship.
Yeah.
Right.
So I start skimming it, looking for words that are familiar to me.
Right.
Everything, unfortunately,
Meat.
has a fancy like
Cursive writing.
umlaut
right.
okay.
or diaris.
So you're looking at some kind of like French menu.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're getting. Now let me ask you something, just so there's some detail besides your clothing. The girlfriend is the girlfriend and her and the family. Are they wealthy?
They're well off.
So they're comfortable here.
Well, he lived
Okay.
in a nice neighborhood.
I did. So they thought, obviously,
They thought this
Right.
kid knows what he's doing.
I show up, dirt under my fingernails,
right.
Mhm.
But your outfit looks great.
Let's get back to the menu.
white socks
Right.
with my outfit.
Okay.
I'm skimming, looking for something I
Yeah.
recognize, and I don't recognize a thing.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
So I find something under the pescado section,
Right.
and I'm like, that looks reasonably priced.
The what now?
Pescado,
Right.
Okay.
and I tell the
It's basically spaghetti.
Okay.
it's not actually. So I tell the waiter, I will take the origi,
What?
What? Hold on.
the origi,
No, Josh.
roji, and
Oh
the
my gosh.
because everything's got an umlaut or a diaris above it, like 2 dots above it, or the slash.
Right.
And I don't know how to pronounce any of this.
Okay.
So this silk shirt boy comes in and goes, "I'll take the orgy."
The origi ruji.
Ruji, sorry.
Oh,
So
yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
And the waiter goes, he kind of leans down and he says, "You mean the orange ruffy?"
What?
And I'm like,
What are you reading?
these words now turn to English.
Yeah.
Now, actually, he says it, and it just said orange ruffy, but it had like dots above it and like slashes.
All right. The font was
Yeah,
throwing
the
you
font
off.
was throwing me off.
So it
Okay.
wasn't the language; it was just italics.
yes,
So you
it was
changed-
stylized in
Josh
a way.
can't read English if it's in a different font.
He's making fun of us.
So I had the orange ruffy, which was
Okay.
a fish.
It's
not
a fish. Yeah,
spaghetti.
it's a fish.
Right. Pescado section.
Well, the way
yeah,
the way you described it, I thought it was pasta. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I said, "Oh, does that have citrus on it?" Because I don't like fruit in my savory.
It's too late, kid.
Yeah,
It's too late.
And he's like, "No, that's just the fish is called an orange ruffy. It doesn't have citrus
Right.
flavor."
It's a goldfish.
It should.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
actually.
Was it?
Yeah,
I
it's
hope-
very fancy.
Logan from Ohio, thank you for writing in, man. I hope we answered your question.
You're welcome.
William Stetson Kennedy was born October 5th, 1916 in Jacksonville, Florida.
You stop you right there.
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm this guy,
Yep.
remove my first name.
William?
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what he did. I just want
See
to say
that?
for starters, can we comment on how tough that guy's name is? Stetson Kennedy
No.
is
The only thing you could do is put
Tough
like
in what way? Tough to read?
just cool.
no.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
cool. Like it's just it's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a tough
yeah.
name, man.
He's
Like when
probably
you
a tough guy.
you
Yeah.
hear Stetson Kennedy, you're like, that guy's he's successful.
The only
Right.
thing that could make it better is either putting like leather or like gunboat as the first name.
Gunboat Stetson Kennedy.
See?
Yeah.
But it fits the same vibe. It's in
Yeah.
the same wheelhouse.
Yep.
Basically, here's the thing. Stetson's family was pretty well known in the Jacksonville area.
Okay.
In fact, they were what you would call Florida aristocrats. Aristocrats.
Oh, okay.
All the above.
Wealthy.
Yeah, wealthy people. They knew what a tartar
Right.
was
yes,
and
wow.
an orange
Roofie.
roofius. So these people were high society. They carried a ton of influence. Their descendants can actually be traced back to the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
What? I didn't know. These are the Kennedys?
There are people in the room. Just they
Oh,
were there,
okay.
like they were wealthy in the room. Like, oh, sign that.
they were in the
document.
room when it happened.
Sign it.
Death to King George. Anyways,
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Jeez.
yeah, thank you.
He was ready.
So their family owned the Stetson's Clone Company.
I
They
didn't know that
owned
was around either.
the Stetson Hat Company. And
That's you, bro.
These are the Stetsons.
yeah, and Stetson University in Florida was named after them.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
They're
Wow.
a Florida royal family.
Yes.
Are you sure
Okay.
we should be talking about them?
They didn't do
I know.
Stetsons are from Texas?
I would assume
Florida
so.
born and raised.
No.
I don't know
Way.
if Texans know that.
Well, they
Don't-
find out now.
Hello.
Don't you know? So here's the thing.
Why'd you
this-
do a Minnesota accent? Don't you know?
I listen.
Why'd you go Fargo?
I'm working on it. Okay, I'm practicing. You know. So this is the life Stetson Kennedy was born into. Family was super rich, but here's the thing: they were like early 1900s rich, in the sense that like the kids were spoiled, but they also made the kids work to expand the family empire,
Right.
Yep.
right? Because like they weren't like trust fund babies like modern kids.
Yeah, you're gonna earn it.
Yeah, these kids were like you're gonna earn this. So like besides clone and hats, the family had also invested a massive amount of money into rent to own furniture stores.
Okay.
That
Those
goes-
were around
Yeah.
back then?
What year are we in?
This was the early 1900s.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure we are.
So Stetson, as a young boy,
Yeah.
was tasked with going door to door
Okay.
to collect overdue payments from customers.
I
That's
thought
great.
at this point people built their own furniture.
Well,
Okay, here's the thing. It's the early 1900s. They have set up this kind of rooms to go payment plan.
Right.
Before
Okay.
that was a popular model. They're pioneering
Like
this.
errands.
Kind of,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
And they would sell families furniture that these families couldn't afford.
Yeah.
Right.
But they would allow them to make weekly payments on it, and they would send little Stetson Kennedy at the age of 8 to go around and collect overdue fees and weekly payments.
You know, people hated that.
Yeah.
The
Here
rich families sending their child
Here comes
to
Stetson.
collect money
Stetson.
Yeah.
from you.
Is he wearing a cowboy hat?
I don't know. I don't think so because
No.
we are in Florida. But so basically, imagine like you're overdue on your couch.
Yep.
Right.
You're a grown man.
Yeah,
Right.
and you're overdue on your couch. You know it's coming. Someone knocks on the door. An 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, man, I hate to do this."
I'm here to
that-
collect.
It's either the couch or the money.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
He's going to carry the couch on
Yeah.
the back.
This was good for Stetson, though, because from a very young age, he realized that not only did he come from a place of privilege,
Yeah.
but he saw firsthand how so many other people in North Florida were living at the time.
Okay.
And I think it takes a lot of emotional maturity for a young kid to pick up on like the economic and racial disparities
Right.
that he's seeing.
And the confrontation that you're gonna.
Right, face at collecting bills.
Yeah.
But Stetson didn't just notice these situations and forget about it. He became obsessed with finding out how he could help these people.
Okay.
Okay, so Stetson would come home from work every day.
Okay.
At
He's
8 years
going
old.
home from work.
He would come
With
home
his
from work every
briefcase?
day, 8 years old, and
Yeah.
say to his dad, "Isn't there some way we could help these people?" Like, and
What
here's
a
the
sweet
thing:
kid.
Yeah, that's the thing is like he doesn't understand the complications of like predatory lending.
Yeah.
But he does grasp the fact that there's a huge discrepancy in wealth here.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And so Stetson Kennedy becomes obsessed with this. He tries to convince his father to basically come on the rounds with him.
Wow.
Like he's like, if you can just see these people, get to know them,
If only they did that now.
maybe
God,
you'll have a
yeah,
soft
for
heart,
real.
you know,
Right.
and it'll help the situation. But his dad's got an empire to build.
Of course.
You know what I mean? There's a
Too
reason
busy.
why he's sending his 8-year-old to collect
You
overdue
gotta have
payments.
layers between you and the poor. Amen.
100%. So he doesn't have time to rub elbows with the less fortunate, so he sends his 8-year-old back out there again.
Yeah.
And so when his dad refused to go with him, Stetson decided that he would start collecting their stories.
Wow.
Okay, it's the money or a story.
Well, he does this.
I need a bedtime story.
Yeah, the very next day, at every single house on his route,
Yep.
Stetson asked them a simple question: "What's your story?
Hmm.
Tell me where you're from and what
Love
you're
it.
doing here."
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that
So-
route got really long.
Here's the thing: he wanted to basically bring back evidence to his dad, like,
Okay.
"Hey, I want you to see this is what you're doing
Right.
to the neighborhood."
He's 8?
He's 8 years
This
old.
guy. Yeah.
So here's the thing: he wants to get to know these people, and these people actually like obliged him. So little Stetson, he began taking pen and paper, and he starts building profiles
What's happening?
of every single client.
Okay.
Wow.
How long they had lived in Florida, what they did for income.
Uh-huh.
But then, as people kind of warmed up to him, the stories got personal.
Yeah.
They began sharing deep family histories.
Mm.
He met folks who were enslaved Americans at one point in time.
Goodness.
He met single mothers who had never had a male in their family who wasn't incarcerated.
Okay.
People began sharing local legends with him. They began singing him songs that their families had passed down from generation to generation. So before long,
This guy's taking Florida history.
this went on
in
for a
this
couple of
notebook.
years.
Uh-huh.
And before long, Stetson Kennedy had compiled entire folders of Florida folklore.
Wow.
He shared these stories and songs with anybody who would listen. He shared them at his parents' parties to other wealthy individuals.
Uh-huh.
He took them to school and shared them with the faculty and the students.
Yeah. Do you have any show and tell today?
He's like, "Do I?
Do I?
Check out this folklore song." So Stetson continued this process of collecting and sharing stories all the way through middle school and high school
Wow.
and into college after he was accepted into the University of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So before he was even 20 years old, Stetson Kennedy was considered one of Florida's most successful folklorists.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
insane.
He's building his own.
Yeah, a
Empire.
database. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he left the University of Florida early to join the Florida's Writers Project. And at the age of 21, he was put in charge of folklore, oral history, and ethnic studies for the state of Florida.
Good
Wow.
God.
So
The guy's going places.
He-
that's
It
the
really
thing is
is.
this kid has such a passion to
Yeah.
go like, man, like
Yeah, he cares
there's
about-
disparity here
Yeah.
and people need to hear these stories.
Right.
He continued the field research that he had begun as a child, and as a result, the state of Florida was able to document thousands of previously unknown traditional songs, stories,
That's crazy.
and items of occupational culture.
Okay.
Because of this
Blowing my
kid.
mind.
So the
who just-
rent-to-own furniture business
Yeah.
helped build Florida folklore.
Basically.
Okay.
This guy from the age of 8 until 21, this is what he did, where he was just like, hey, we're going to compile as much as we can. It was kind of a hobby at first and then became like his life.
Yeah.
He goes from traveling debt collector
Yeah.
to one of the state's most renowned historians by the time he's 21 years old, which is honestly incredible
That's
because
unreal.
you have to think how many people had their history and culture popularized simply because this child noticed
Right.
a wealth disparity
Good God.
at a young age. Here's the thing.
Nobody else would have cared to ask them
No.
what their story is.
Not a
100%.
Right.
You guys know I love to do this to you.
Okay.
Mm.
Oddly enough,
Okay.
this isn't what Stetson Kennedy is known for.
Okay.
How
Right.
not?
This
What
is
else could he do that's bigger and better than this?
this is just a little intro.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
He went back and stole everybody's couches.
Couch thief.
Biggest couch thief ever.
He's like, if I'm going to read these stories, I got to have somewhere to sit.
Got to.
He spent the decade after college engaged in civil rights activism and publishing the stories of people that he met along the way.
Okay.
Right.
But his real breakthrough came when he attempted to enroll in the U.S. military in World War II.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
World War had broken out.
Yeah.
People were being drafted. He volunteered his service, but it turns out Stetson had a bad back, probably from working.
Yeah, from 8.
Yeah,
From
working
carrying
since-
couches.
Exactly.
A
From
chaise
people who-
lounge down the street.
That's it.
Not
He
good.
didn't physically qualify for combat during World War II.
Wow.
Back when everyone was being drafted.
Yeah.
So when everyone else was being shipped overseas to fight Nazis, Stetson decided to do his part to stop racism here at home.
Okay.
In 1945, Stetson Kennedy met with the Federal Bureau of Investigation,
Okay.
also known as the FBI,
Mm-hmm.
to pitch them a top secret idea.
What?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure he did. Okay.
He had a plan
Mhm.
to combat bigotry on the home front
Okay.
by going undercover and infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Just
So
play
the story's
along.
just now
Just
starting.
play along with this. It's
Okay.
not.
I just want to say that one more time.
Yeah.
He had a plan
What?
to combat bigotry on the home front by
Okay.
going undercover to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
Okay.
The FBI goes, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Does the FBI care?
Sounds great to
That's
us.
Some guy came to them. And
Not just some
said-
guy, Stetson Kennedy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Florida
like, yeah,
folklore.
that's
he's
true.
he's
true.
a
Florida
Florida
elite.
folklorist, but elite family.
Mm.
So-
So he would be probably welcomed with open
Right.
arms.
But
And
in
his
that
name's
same
Stetson.
vein, it just shows you how stupid the KKK is.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy's an elite family Floridian guy, folklorist, and they're like, yeah, man, that's fine. Come on in. Like,
KKK accepted him in?
yeah, they accepted him right in.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
In their head, they're like, rich, old, white guy.
Most likely. he's
Yeah, he
racist.
comes from an old family, rich
Yes.
white guy. He's probably going to be fine. For over a decade, Stetson acted as an informant for the FBI inside
No
the highest
way.
ranks of the Ku Klux
Decade?
Klan.
Oh, way.
what?
He exposed hundreds of accounts of criminal activity,
Okay.
as well as exposing plans to infiltrate the Florida government by the
What?
KKK.
Wow.
Not only did he pass on valuable information that led to
Uh-huh.
high-level arrest, he also shared the Klan's top secret rituals
Okay.
on the national children's radio show,
Wait, what?
the Adventures of Superman.
This guy did that? I've
Yeah.
heard of that. I heard
Back
there was a
up.
tie-in, but I didn't
So
know it was
the
real.
KKK rituals were so insane and so
Right.
comical
Yeah.
that he felt like no one would believe them. So they
Okay.
trivialized it by sharing them on the nation's.
They mocked it.
They mocked it on the
How?
Adventures of Superman. So Superman would come in, save the world from the KKK, while they
Really?
were like
Wait,
dancing
oh,
and goofing
really?
off and doing all these different things.
Oh, so they didn't hide the fact that it was KKK.
basically
to them.
no, and so they basically trivialized and embarrassed the Ku Klux Klan
And they're like,
on
how
a
do they,
na- on
how
a
do they know?
national
With
chil-
Superman?
yeah, on a children's show.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So
That's
up until this
mind-blowing.
time,
This guy is good.
up until this time, the Klan is a massive force.
Yeah.
I mean they're a
Secret handshakes.
right.
and
Yeah,
I
they're
assume-
infiltrating different levels of society. This
Uh-huh.
guy's making fun of them on a child's radio show, having Superman beat him up, and he's dumping top secret stuff
Yeah.
Right.
out over the air. Right. So Stetson and the radio host, they would write these stories about Superman. It trivialized the Klan, and as a result, though,
Oh my gosh.
the Klan realized that Stetson was the one
Really?
dumping the info. He was their mole. They connected the dots.
Okay.
That it's this guy. We got you. They
Jeez.
they
Okay,
put
that's
here's the
scary.
thing.
After 10 years, though.
Yeah.
After 10 years, in the late 1940s, the KKK put a $155,000 bounty on his head.
Oh, that's big.
No
Massive
way.
back then. So in order to flee assassination,
Oh my god.
Stetson flew overseas to Geneva, Switzerland.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
So they had that much money
And
cared
power.
that
Yeah.
much just to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Mm.
He flees to Switzerland, but while he's there in hiding, he feels like he's wasting his time.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
That
Yeah.
is-
He's been busy since 8.
Right.
So.
Yes. At
Yeah.
8 of age, not
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, this guy.
no.
While he's in Switzerland, he decides
Okay.
to publicly testify about human rights violations and forced labor practices in Florida's turpentine factories.
Oh, the
Okay, so not even
turpentine.
KKK. Now
No.
he's switching
He's
his
just like,
gaze.
Now he
while I
knows.
have the microphone,
Yeah.
We have turpentine factories?
not anymore, we don't.
Thank goodness.
Stetson shut him down. From
What?
Switzerland, he
Okay.
testifies about these forced labor conditions, and yes, they get shut down. So
Good
now, big money, the KKK,
Okay, yep.
all these people want Stetson dead.
Yeah.
People are
JW
upset with
Turpentine.
him.
Yeah, JW Turpentine. He's hiding out in Switzerland, going like, "What you gonna do? I'm
Yeah.
in Switzerland, baby.
Yeah.
We're famously neutral. They're not gonna turn him over."
Wow.
Here's the thing: Stetson Kennedy hid in Europe for over a decade,
Okay.
Jeez.
only returning to Florida so that he could demonstrate in St. Augustine with Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Stetson was recognized as one of the nation's civil rights pioneers and was inducted into the Florida Artist Hall of Fame in 2005.
Uh-huh.
What?
Following a lifetime spent championing human rights and cultural heritage, Stetson Kennedy passed away at the age of 94
Good
in
God.
2011.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Stetson was dubbed, this is so cool, Stetson was dubbed as the greatest single contributor to the weakening of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh my
No
goodness.
way.
Yeah.
He absolutely
incredible.
dismantled them, made them a laughing stock.
Second was Superman.
Yeah, right.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At his funeral, thousands of people gathered to sing the songs of the folklore that he had gathered as a kid.
What?
Incredible.
The performance included songs written by Stetson's good friend Woody Guthrie,
Mhm.
and one of those songs actually became very popular after the funeral. The song was called "This Land Is Your Land."
Okay. Sure.
The song was written about equality and was
Uh-huh.
actually used as a protest song in the
What?
decades that followed.
I can't think of it. Wayne, can you?
What's the
This
hell's
land
like
is
that?
your land.
Okay.
This land is my land.
Mm.
Yeah.
From California
Okay.
What's the
to the
turnaround?
New York Island, from the Redwood Forest.
No.
Wow,
way.
he really
to the
knows
clean
it.
water. This land was made
whoa,
for you and
wow.
me.
Okay.
So there you have it, Stetson Kennedy.
He
What a
was ready.
phenomenal
He
life
was
story,
ready.
bro.
You were
Like,
ready.
Did you know we were going to ask you to sing
no,
that?
but I rehearsed
You-
it
I
just
knew
in
it.
case because I know you two.
Yep.
But think about it, man. This guy, like, he's born and raised in a privileged family. He could have eaten, octopus every day of his life.
Tartar.
Tartar,
Yep.
goldfish that Josh had,
Right.
Orange roof.
orange
Ruffy.
roofie. But instead, from a young age, he was like, man, like, this sucks, dude. Like, what I'm seeing, like, this disparity. And he not only brings attention to it,
Yeah.
but on a national level. And once he's recognized, goes, that's not enough. I'm going to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan
Yeah.
and bring them
Insane.
down, dude.
Right.
That's
That's
crazy.
amazing,
He
man.
marched with Dr. King.
And then
That-
the turpentine factories.
I mean, the
Right.
thing is, like, you are going into an organization that is known for hate crime and violence,
Right.
and just like
Yeah.
stupidity. And so,
Yes.
I mean, to go in there willingly and be like,
Yes.
I'm going to inform on that, like, that's just
It's
incredible.
dangerous. Yeah.
It's incredibly
And
Well,
he
it had
did
to be mind-numbingly like boring and like these guys are idiots.
And yeah,
Right.
you know, he had to be like furious all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, I think that's the thing, too, is he did that because he couldn't go fight Nazis overseas.
Wow.
Right.
That he was turned down. So he was like, well, how can I find
I'll fight them here.
racism at home? Fight him here. Right. So, yeah, amazing Florida
That's
man, though.
amazing.
Stetson
Yeah,
Kennedy,
wow.
great guy, tough name.
Yeah.
Very
He lived
tough
up to
name.
it, though.
Yeah.
He did
Lived
live
up to it. Hey, Famafam Podcast
Yes.
at patreon.com, at Instagram, at TikTok, at everywhere, at Twitter. That's how you can find us.
Yeah.
We love you. Episode 143 was a lot of fun, I felt like.
It
Yeah,
was
it was
good.
good.
We learned a lot about Josh's old wardrobe.
We did.
Yeah.
A little
I-
bit too much, honestly.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Watch Rob Roy. You'll get.
I might
my
cut down
drift.
some of it.
No, the sheriff that had the bronze statue.
Yeah.
That was a gutsy move.
I mean, if anybody's getting a bronze statue, it should be Stetson.
Stetson
Wow.
Kennedy needs a bronze statue,
Let's
my
do
guy.
this. Let's do this.
Love you, listeners.
Love you.